my files and shit showing. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Charles on His World. Listen, we got this video about Inside the Industry. That's the YouTube channel. Let's go and check it out. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna come back with my reaction.
Accidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew. Don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama.
Up until now, many comedians and actors in the Hollywood industry have shared their thoughts on the passing of Paul Mooney. However, a significant and surprising revelation has recently emerged, courtesy of none other than Katt Williams.
That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie.
Williams, renowned for his knack for exposing truths, recently targeted one of the elites, Steve Harvey. Williams suggested that Harvey might have borrowed elements from Mark Curry's portrayal of Mark Cooper in Hangin' with Mr. Cooper for his own series, The Steve Harvey Show. Williams also dissed Harvey's acting chops, skewering Harvey's claim that he didn't want to pursue a film career. Quote, "You couldn't be a movie star," Williams said. "There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country blumpkin dude that can't talk good and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You have to have range." Moreover, during a recent episode of the Club Shay Shay podcast, the actor-comedian adopted a critical stance towards fellow comics Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and Ricky Smiley. Williams, in conversation with host Shannon Sharp, sought to address what he perceived as falsehoods spread about him by what he referred to as lowbrow comedians on Sharp's show. In his discussion, Williams characterized Cedric, Harvey, and Smiley as a collective gang. He asserted, quote, "For 30 years they're a group. These aren't three random guys, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets, and this is the age of truth." Williams accused Cedric the Entertainer of pilfering a joke from his comedy set in the late 90s, a joke he also performed on the bet program Comic View. Describing the situation, Williams stated, quote, "This is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke. 1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the original Kings of Comedy, and he's doing it verbatim. And now he is all up to talk about his fellow comedian Paul Mooney's death. In the domain of legendary comedians, one luminary distinguishes himself by not only eliciting laughter, but also fearlessly addressing the pressing issues of racism and discrimination with his
This music is eerie as shit, dude. Inside the industry, y'all got some eerie-ass music.
comedic brilliance. Paul Mooney was a trailblazer who consistently confronted Hollywood.
Like it's like overly eerie. Like it's not even about, like, you would think somebody's getting ready to get like whacked or something. Give me a thumbs up button, guys.
Unafraid to hold it accountable for what he perceived as instances of racism and colorism.
Things can be too black, but they can never be too white. They can't be white enough.
Yes.
You've heard white people, that's too black. No one goes around saying that's too white.
Paul Mooney's legacy in the heart of Hollywood unfolds as a mesmerizing and complex narrative that delves deep into the underbelly of the entertainment industry, laying bare both its allure and its sinister undercurrents. The comedian passed away in 2021 due to a heart attack. Nevertheless, fans are now raising questions about whether Paul's demise was a result of natural causes or if foul play was involved. Why is everyone giving his exit the side eye, you ask? Well, buckle up, because Mooney had a reputation for spilling the tea like nobody's business. With a bold as brass attitude, he was all about exposing Hollywood's dirty laundry. The man had zero chill when it came to calling out the wickedness lurking in the glamorous world of celebrities. For more than 3 decades, Mooney's
Paul Mooney, they would have been killed him if they wanted to kill him. He was young. I mean, he was old. The man was, what, 80 years old?
unique position orbiting the iconic.
That's about the average lifespan for your average. That's that's for a black man. That's way past your expiration date, making it to 80.
Richard Pryor not only provided him with a front row seat, but also granted him an insider's pass to the inner sanctum of Tinseltown. In this distinctive role, he bore witness to the unsavory facets of racism, power dynamics, and disloyalty that festered beneath the veneer of glitz and glamour. Indeed, personality-wise, Paul Mooney was often described using terms like cocky, straightforward, sharp-tongued, and rude. However, Mooney himself acknowledged that he drew inspiration for his comedy from his own life experiences.
There's 52 cards in the deck. Let's play the Jew card. Let's play the card. Let's play the card. Let's play the card white folks are born with in their the MasterCard.
In a revealing 2008 interview with Real Black TV, Paul Mooney provided tantalizing insights into the intricate dance of race, reputation, and compromise that characterized Hollywood. With a smile, he provocatively quipped, quote, "Hollywood's interesting. They like you a certain way when you're black. You damn near have to be a black Anglo-Saxon." This candid admission hinted at the industry's inherent bias, one that demanded black artists to conform to a specific image, sacrificing their true selves for a chance at acceptance. Mooney, however, refused to conform. Unapologetically himself, he recognized that the spotlight often came at the cost of authenticity. With unwavering resolve, he stood against the current, fully aware of the unspoken rules dictating the treatment of black talents in Hollywood. Paul Mooney's keen observations, particularly his scrutiny of the renowned Sidney Poitier, often hailed as the epitome of perfect in Hollywood, contributed to the strengthening of his convictions. Despite Poitier's outstanding performances and respect, he grappled with the biases ingrained in Hollywood. Notably, Poitier's iconic slap of a white man in the movie In the Heat of the Night in 1969 marked a significant shift, revealing the fragility of the supposedly perfect image propagated by Hollywood. In a no-holds-barred 2010 interview with Pop Matters, Mooney fearlessly exposed the fickleness lurking beneath Hollywood's facade of loyalty. He candidly remarked, quote, "White people are not very loyal to black people. As soon as they're not in, they'll drop them like a hot potato." These words acted as a piercing arrow, unraveling the illusions that often concealed the industry's truth. White people are not very loyal to black people. As soon as they're not in, they'll drop them like a hot potato. Propagated by Hollywood. In a no...
That's some shit. That's some real shit. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Okay. My bad. I gotta put this... Why this cord right here? Anyway. That's some real shit, though. As soon as they're not hot no more, they get to blocking them phone numbers.
Holds barred 2010 interview with Pop Matters, Mooney fearlessly exposed the fickleness lurking beneath Hollywood's facade of loyalty. He candidly remarked, quote, "White people are not very loyal to black people. As soon as they're not in, they'll drop them like a hot potato." These words acted as a piercing arrow, unraveling the illusions that often concealed the industry's true nature. Moreover, Mooney never shied away from calling out Hollywood elites. In a bold move, he targeted a prominent talk show personality, strongly implying that she harbored a secret desire to change her racial identity. Going all in, he dubbed her a degree-carrying Aunt Jemima, stating, quote, "Oprah is a double agent. Oprah is a danger to us. Oprah is Aunt Jemima with a degree." Mooney's comments were in reference to when the talk show diva revealed in an interview with Barbara Walters that she actually once thought of being white.
Did you ever wish you were white? Yeah.
Paul Mooney's controversial statements about Queen Oprah Winfrey may have been met with more groans than laughs at the time. But today, as she faces criticism, Mooney's lack of trust in her becomes more notable. Mooney's brilliance and incisive social commentary were prominently showcased in his infamous Chappelle's Show sketch, Ask a Black Dude. With audacious candor, he dissected the paradox of being black in America, delivering a sly grin and a...
That's some real shit, though, man. That's a good question. Have you ever wished to be white, living in America? I've never really wished to have been white, but I've always thought to myself, had I been white, doors would have opened up for me here in L.A. quicker if I would have been white boy coming out here. I think so. I'll probably be on my fifth film right now. Hit that thumbs up button, guys.
Sardonic tone. He provocatively declared, quote, "Everybody want to be a guy, but don't nobody want to be a guy." This acerbic statement served as a direct critique of mainstream media's tendency to appropriate black culture, while conveniently erasing its origins. Icons like Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson, and Tina Turner had all been plucked from the rich tapestry of black culture, repackaged as pop and rock stars with their roots discarded for the sake of marketability. Mooney's astute observations went beyond veiled critique. He wielded humor as a potent weapon of truth. With cunning wit, he warned, quote, "That's what I told some black people the other night at my show. I said, don't get too fond of me because white folks will come in and take me. They only want guys to have a little bit of fun." This provocative assertion hinted at the industry's inclination to extract momentary amusement from black talents while being hesitant to grant them true agency and authority. Paul Mooney's filmography, though relatively modest in volume, spoke volumes through its deliberate choices, serving as a testament to his unwavering commitment to exposing Hollywood's darker corners. His roles in Robert Townsend's Hollywood Shuffle and Spike Lee's Bamboozled were strategic moves that positioned him as a disruptor.
I gotta go back and watch Bamboozled. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I remember seeing it, and I kind of wasn't when it first came out. I was younger, so I didn't really like movies. It seemed like it was a deep movie, but I was just too young to understand it. But I'm gonna go back and watch Bamboozled. I didn't know he was in Hollywood Shuffle. I gotta go back and watch that again too. Those are two classics. Hit the thumbs up button, guys.
Of Hollywood's norms.
We feel that black actors should not have to accept these stereotype roles, such as...
Okay, I remember he played the news guy in Hollywood Shuffle. Okay. This is one of my favorite movies, so okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's young Paul Mooney.
crying slave.
In Hollywood Shuffle, Mooney portrayed an NAACP president leading a protest against Townsend's character, who depicted a demeaning stereotype in a blaxploitation film. The rallying cry, quote, "They'll never play the Rambos until they stop playing the Sambos," served as a poignant critique of the exploitative cycle perpetuated by Hollywood. Mooney's character in the film dissected the troubling trend of black actors embracing degrading roles crafted by white creators, highlighting the industry's complicity in perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Continuing his exploration of Hollywood's shadows in Bamboozled, Mooney's role as Junebug, a stand-up comic navigating the tension between authenticity and crossover success, mirrored his own convictions. Like Mooney, Junebug steadfastly refused to compromise his principles for the seduction of stardom. When questioned about his absence from the grand stage, Junebug's retort was a declaration of defiance.
I can't do that Hollywood stuff, man. I can't say that stuff they want me to say.
The parallels between Junebug's fictional struggle and Mooney's real-life journey were striking. Across his career, Mooney remained unwavering in the face of Hollywood's tempting promises, steadfastly resisting the allure of wealth and fame. He emerged as a guardian of authenticity in an industry that frequently prioritized appearances over substance. Junebug's declaration that he was, quote, "funny as hell," echoed Mooney's own mastery, symbolizing an unyielding dedication to unapologetic truth-telling. Meanwhile, fans continue to honor and preserve Paul Mooney's legacy by reflecting on the numerous instances when he fearlessly called out Hollywood and its elites. One of them wrote, quote, "You can't be mad at the man. He knows his worth and he won't ever give up his dignity. He always got his point across one way or another. A lot of folks said Dr. Dre was difficult to work with, but at the end you always ended up with a flawless routine and song." Another one added, "Paul Mooney is one of Dave Chappelle's role models and taught him some of the game and helped him realize his worth, to eventually leave Hollywood because Paul was never going to sell out for Hollywood." One more fan wrote, quote, "Mr. Mooney is an icon. I listen and watch his old stand-ups from time to time and I still laugh as hard as I did when I watched and listened the first time. He's more of a truth teller, and most of the things he said in the past are just as relevant today as they were back then. Nevertheless, it seems that Hollywood didn't take long to retaliate. Speculation abounds that the timing of Mooney's controversies hitting the headlines was no mere coincidence. Whispers suggest that Hollywood might have been orchestrating behind-the-scenes maneuvers, leveraging the media to expose his perceived missteps in an effort to silence him. One particularly damning allegation that sent shockwaves through the industry was the claim that Mooney had committed a serious offense against Richard Pryor's son. In 2019, Richard Pryor's former bodyguard, Rashawn Khan, publicly asserted these shocking accusations. In an interview with Comedy Hype, Khan boldly stated that Mooney had engaged in this reprehensible act when Pryor's son was just a child. Adding to the gravity of the situation, Khan disclosed that Pryor himself had expressed a desire to see Mooney face dire consequences for the alleged incident.
I think if Paul Mooney would come out what the gay folks call come out of the closet, he would be one of the top comedians.
Further fuel the fire, Jennifer Lee Pryor, Richard Pryor's widow, affirmed the allegations made by Khan. The unfolding truth seemed to gain momentum, with Pryor's son eventually confirming that he had been a victim of the crime. However, he never explicitly named Mooney as his assailant. Despite the serious allegations, no formal charges were ever brought against Mooney during his lifetime. Tragically, Mooney passed away on May 19th, 2021 at the age of 79, leaving behind a legacy overshadowed.
Oh, he was 79. Wow. So the son, so he never did. So Richard Pryor's son never denied it. If Paul Mooney did that to him, wow. Damn, that's crazy.
By controversy and unanswered questions. His representative, Cassandra Williams, confirmed the news, stating, quote, "It just happened." She confirmed that the comedian had no prior health issues, making his death even more shocking. Williams added, quote, "He was with family, it was in his home." Mooney's Twitter account seemingly confirmed the news as well, with a tweet expressing gratitude and acknowledging the outpouring of love. Quote, "Thank you all from the bottom of all of our hearts. You're all the best. Mooney World, the godfather of comedy." One moon many stars. To all in love with this great man, many thanks. Furthermore, in 2021, comedian Pierre shared a personal and heartfelt account of his experiences and interactions with the iconic comedian Paul Mooney. He started by recalling his initial encounter with Mooney in 1987 when Mooney opened for Eddie Murphy during the Raw tour. Pierre was profoundly affected by Mooney's fearless and unapologetic commentary about white people, a style of comedy he had never witnessed before.
And I remember hearing this guy was talking about white folks so bad. And I was like, who is this dude? Man, he's just talking about white folks like crazy. I never heard nobody talk about white people like that before.
Pierre's admiration for Mooney deepened as he recounted frequenting the Comedy Store in Hollywood, a revered hub for comedians. Mooney held a distinctive position at the club, consistently performing last and captivating the audience with unfiltered truth-telling. Pierre underscored that Mooney's candid approach often led white audience members to leave the room within minutes, a testament to his uncompromising style.
I remember Paul Mooney would always go on last. He would pretty much run that room full of white folks up out of there quickly, you know. I mean, within about 20 minutes of his act, white folks were popping up like toast because he kept it real.
Despite the divisive reactions, Mooney's impact on fellow comedians, including Pierre, was profound. Pierre expressed the relief and joy he experienced watching Mooney tackle subjects that many people wanted to discuss, but were hesitant to. Mooney became a voice for those who shared similar perspectives. As their friendship developed over time, Pierre shared lighthearted anecdotes about his interactions with Mooney, playing on his last name with a racial slur.
Nice to call him the coke comedy. And he said, what does that mean? What does that mean, coke comedy? I was like, nigga, everybody's doing it, but don't nobody want to mention it. He's like, I love that.
Beneath Mooney's stern exterior, Pierre recognized the authenticity and bravery embedded in his comedy. Pierre also commended Mooney for his generosity in sharing jokes and material with other comedians, even with the legendary Richard Pryor. The spirit of giving and humility set Mooney apart in an industry often marked by competition. The comedian shed light on Mooney's experiences and challenges, including performing in smaller venues
crazy.
like...
That really happened, though. I'm still tripping off that shit, dude. You gonna, that's crazy, man. You gonna try to do something to your friend's son? Like, that's weird.
Chitlin circuits, when mainstream comedy clubs were less receptive to his work. Pierre emphasized that many, especially the younger generation familiar with Mooney through Dave Chappelle, might not fully grasp the depth of Mooney's legacy and the sacrifices he made. Another comedian who eloquently praised Mooney's prowess is D.L. Hewley. In 2021, Hewley shared heartfelt and profound insights into his experiences and interactions with the legendary comedian Paul Mooney. Hewley spoke of the invaluable lessons he learned from Mooney during their time together. Mooney, serving in various roles, was a mentor, imparting wisdom about performance, fearlessness, channeling anger, and even demonstrating what not to do on the comedic stage.
Almost every single time I was around Paul, I learned something. He's one of the rare individuals I can point to in my life where I know that I learned something throughout every interaction.
Paul Mooney was a legend, man. Hit that thumbs up button, guys.
Complexity was a recurring theme in Hewley's tribute. While some may have described him as complicated, Hewley saw Mooney's indignant and acerbic approach to comedy as a unique attribute. He acknowledged that Mooney wasn't necessarily warm, but he was committed to his craft and unapologetically vocal about his contributions to the world of comedy.
Sometimes it was how to be a performer. Sometimes it was how to be fearless. Sometimes it was like how to harness anger.
Paul Mooney's appearance on Dave Chappelle's groundbreaking television program, Chappelle's Show, marked a transformative moment that introduced him to younger generations, leaving an indelible mark on comedy. In a candid moment captured by TMZ in 2021 outside the Soho Grand Hotel in New York City, Chappelle openly expressed his deep respect and admiration for Mooney. The man who had gained widespread recognition as a writer for the comedy icon Richard Pryor received heartfelt words from Chappelle that resonated with the comedy community and fans alike. Chappelle's reverence for Mooney was palpable as he declared,
I want to shout out every comedian on earth, one of the best that ever did it, one of the first black people ever in the Writers Guild. Paul Mooney will be sorely missed and wildly remembered.
This tribute encapsulated Mooney's remarkable contributions to the world of comedy. What's more, even the controversial Steve Harvey had positive things to say concerning the comedian.
Please welcome to the stage, show your love for the one and only Mr. Paul Mooney. His brilliant, groundbreaking comedy opened doors and paved the way for a whole new generation of today's black comedians.
In 2021, Steve Harvey shared a poignant and detailed tribute to the iconic comedian Paul Mooney on his radio show. Harvey's personal connection with Mooney, dating back to the early 90s, added depth and warmth to his homage. Harvey recounted his initial encounter with Mooney at Caroline's in New York, during the time when he was performing at the Apollo Theater. Mooney would often visit the Apollo late at night, and their friendship began with casual meals together. The duo's camaraderie extended to Los Angeles, where they both ventured into writing rooms, solidifying their bond in the world of comedy. Steve Harvey emphasized that comedians, especially those who never met Paul Mooney, owed him a significant debt of gratitude. He highlighted Mooney's pioneering role in comedy, suggesting that Mooney was the embodiment of what Def Jam comedy represented even before it officially existed. Mooney was known for tackling bold and controversial subjects in front of large audiences, often defying societal norms and challenging the status quo.
You motherfucker. See, that's the ultimate compliment when you get called a couple of MFs. That's when they love you for real.
Furthermore, Harvey underscored that Paul Mooney played a pivotal role in shaping the careers of some of the greatest comedians. His influence extended beyond merely providing jokes. He played an essential part in the success and growth of legends such as Richard Pryor, Flip Wilson, and Red Fox. His contributions were foundational in molding their comedic identities and voices. However, what's even more alarming is the observation that Mooney faced a similar targeting, akin to the current situation with Katt. Currently, Katt is taking a prominent stance and shedding light on the industry's questionable practices. According to reports, Mooney was allegedly ousted because he consistently spoke out against the nefarious actions within the industry. Regardless of the controversy surrounding Mooney, he undeniably left behind a significant legacy in the world of comedy. Renowned for his sharp wit and fearless approach to addressing social issues, Mooney stood as a respected figure in the industry. His impactful contributions to popular shows like In Living Color and Chappelle's Show solidified his status as a talent.
He did Homie the Clown, I believe. I think he wrote for him. He came up with the concept or something like that.
Talented comedian. Mooney's influence on future generations of comedians is profound, as his unapologetic style paved the way for many to challenge societal norms through humor.
I can't find Bin Laden. I can't find him. That's because you are Bin Laden.
Paul Mooney transcended the role of a mere comedian. He was a cultural provocateur, a truth seeker, and a herald of uncomfortable truths beneath the glamorous veneer of Hollywood. Through his astute observations and audacious refusal to conform, he peeled away layers of illusion to expose an industry built on exploitation and artifice. His legacy will forever be intertwined with his fearless commitment to shedding light on the shadows of
Oh man, anyway, y'all, that's from Inside the Industry. You can go ahead and check their YouTube channel out. They have really good little documentaries and stuff. Yeah, but the music is a little bit too eerie, I think. You think somebody getting ready to get shot or something. With the music, the way the music sound, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit too dark. But all in all, this was a good piece of content. Paul Mooney, I don't know whether that's true or not. I mean, I guess the boy never really said that Paul Mooney did it, but I guess he's kind of hinting that Paul Mooney did something to him. So, yeah, damn. But which is crazy because I like Paul Mooney. He has an album. He has a comedy album on YouTube. He did it back in the 90s, but they put it on YouTube. It's called Race. Y'all gotta get a chance to listen to that. It's real deep. It's Paul when he was about like my age, in the early 90s. He's like in his early 40s when he did it. It's called Race. Check it out on YouTube. Anyway, man, what do y'all think about this video? Leave your comments and subscribe to Charles and Ezra. Appreciate it.